Hey YouTube, it's Beekeeper here. We're looking at, I'm going to call this a free Volkswagen, right? I paid 150 bucks for it on Craigslist, but it came with a brand new battery, literally like a 3-week-old battery. And at the price of batteries these days, even back in October 2020 when I bought this is pretty much a free car. So with the untimely demise of my daily driving dog truck, the 1994 standard cab short bed 22RE Toyota pickup, that put this on the front burner. This never really was a front burner project. It was kind of, we'll get it done when we get it done, we'll play with it, it'll be a fun car. But when the Toyota died and I realized I had a 3-month waiting period for my engine builder of my choice, the guy that I want to build this, the shop that I want to build this, I gotta wait 3 months. And after daily driving the motorcycle for 2 weeks, I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like riding a Harley. So the reality of it is I need a car. While I have strapped tools and some small materials to the back of the Harley, I know it probably looks goofy, but man's got to eat, right? So that kind of pushed this to the forerunner, to get the forefront, I should say, to get this going, because I can't drive the big truck. It just doesn't fit in the parking spots and garages. There's the small apartment garages that I need. That's the word I'm looking for. So what do we do to this? Got the front bumper lined up, got this all wired in, replaced this whole corner of the wiring harness, got front license plate on, got the brake inspection done. I've got the certification for that. I got the lamp inspection done, got the certification for that. Put new lenses in, because if you have so much as a bit of sun fade or a crack in any of them, a chip, a nick, anything, they won't pass you. I got the safety inspection done, put new tires on it all the way around, got some ball-in tires on this, put a fresh coat of paint on the rims because I'm that kind of guy. I even painted the lug nuts because, well, I'm not very smart. Threw a towel over, or a blanket over the back seat because it still looks like somebody gave birth to twins on that back. I haven't done anything to clean the interior. Yeah, the tires are nice actually, but I haven't done anything to clean the interior. It's funny, when the guy was doing the inspection, he put his little, we don't want to get your carpets dirty thing. It's just kind of hilarious. But got all the Department of Motor Vehicle paperwork in there. I just need to file it. So we're done. Brake and lamp is done. Safety inspection's done. DMV's done. So this is my daily driver, a 52-year-old Volkswagen. I added the necessity fire extinguisher. So I've spent the last few weeks, not even a few weeks, week and a half. How long have I had this on the road? Week and a half. Driving it to and from work and just trying to give it a good shakedown, work any bugs out of it. Oh, hey, I'm a clever guy. Work any bugs out of it. Idiot. Like I mentioned, first and foremost is the fire extinguisher. One of the things I've already bought, and I'm just waiting for them to come in, is I bought retractable seat belts. These are the original 1970 non-adjustable seat belts. Everything works fine on them, but these are just, God, they're just a pain. I don't like them. They're not comfortable. First of all, because they don't move. They're fixed. And these straps are 52, 3 years old. So in the essence of safety, I went to J-Bugs and I bought a pair of retractable seat belts, which will be direct fit into these. Now they meet all the current DOT safety standards for stitching and webbing and all that stuff. This pan is in phenomenal shape. This B-pillar is in phenomenal shape. So there's no rust or anything, so I'm not worried about that being an issue, but I'll do a video on that. So that's one of the things that I've figured out is I don't like these seat belts. I'm not a big fan of this fabric either, but I mean, it is what it is, and it's funky. Ugh. But the other day, it's Saturday morning now, a couple days ago, Wednesday, I think it was, I was driving this thing home on Wednesday on the freeway. Oh, that's the other thing too. It's been about 20 years since I've daily driven an old vintage VW Bug, and I forgot just how loud they are on the inside. I forgot that 65 miles an hour is just about as fast as you want to go on this thing. So it's a humbling exercise to drive this thing to work and have everybody passing me at 80+ miles an hour, even though it's 65 is the speed limit. But you know, it is what it is. It's still a fun car to drive. But the other day, wait, look at that. I backed it up too far. That's that exhaust pipe touching. There's two things that I need to do this. I was coming home with this the other day, driving home with it on Wednesday. So today's Saturday. That makes it like, I don't know, like 5 days ago or something. I'm not good at math. And on the freeway, it was like somebody was shutting the ignition off, and then the engine would like no spark, and then it would roar back to life and have a big snapping gunshot sound of a backfire, which to me tells me that there's an ignition component, something that's goofy, right? So points, condenser, rotor, cap are all new, and I'm focusing on the coil right now. That cute little tiny coil it came with. Look at the corrosion. I don't know why I didn't catch that. So there's corrosion on the connectors. This lead here has got so I get that fuel filter out of the way. It's got a couple breaks in the insulation. This push-on connector's aftermarket and suspect. So I'm going to fix that lead. I'm going to cut it back, put a new fresh soldered heat shrinked piece of wire. I almost forgot all about this. We're going to put these non-baffled larger slash tip tailpipes on this car. I like these. You know, if you're going to keep a stock muffler on this thing, you either tear the baffles out of your little pea shooters, idiot, or you go with something like this. So let me fire it up real quick. Do a cold start. It's been sitting here. I came home Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days. Not a big deal. But let's go ahead and fire this thing up and see what it sounds like before and after. We're feeling that coil when it gets, oh Jesus, oh, idiot. I'm not very smart. What the hell bit me? Oh, you know what, that's not on properly. Actually, what I need to do, and I made the mistake of firing it up before I did it, I need to adjust the choke. See, the choke should still be closed right now, but I think the key's on, right? No. Electric choke. Let's see, I'll let everything cool down. And then I'll go from there. The choke, yeah, so this choke should still be closed. It hasn't run long enough to have it all the way open. It's a little piggish when it's cold, but I got to adjust that choke. So I'm going to let everything cool down in the course of changing that out and putting the new tips on. So we'll do that and I'll bring you right back. All right, we had a bunch going on. I checked the timing with my old vintage snap-on timing light, which I like. My tack and 12 meter, I need to do some work on it, so I just grabbed an old busted up just to get an idea of what the RPMs are. But so the two things that were going on is the timing was way off by about 8 degrees, and I don't know why, but the clamp wasn't holding. The distributor moved. So I don't know if I didn't tighten that properly. I mean, I'm the only one that's touched it, so I guess I didn't snug that down properly, because right now it ain't moving right now. So I got the timing proper. And then the other thing too that happened is, let me pull this apart, and I missed this the first time through. Pull the rotor off, dust cover off. This little rubber plug, hold on, let me get myself better here situated and set these things down without breaking anything. This little rubber plug has not only the condenser attached to this blade connector, but it's the actual points, right? It's the signal that the contact points send. This rubber gasket had fallen back a little bit, and I suspect this was grounding out. It's loose. And this is a Bosch set. You see how that's loose? Oh man, I'm gonna have that problem again. See how that's loose? It's supposed to be notched in there. It's supposed to sit in there about like that. And if this grounds out, then it won't get the signal from the points, right, to tell the spark when to sparkulate. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. I don't like that. I might have to get a different set of points. That's a pisser. All right, I'm gonna put this back together. And what's interesting is all these screws were loose, and the choke was just flea-flopping. No wonder why it wasn't running well when it's cold. To adjust an electric choke on a V-dub, you loosen these 3 screws on the right. First of all, you verify you've got 12 volts, which I do. This comes right off the coil, or the ignition wire off the coil. And then this guy is loose. This spring is loose. So you have a couple of marks here. Oh, hopefully that's close enough. A couple marks there on the housing of the electric choke. And then on the actual choke spring housing itself, you see that little mark? That line is supposed to be kind of right around these guys here. And I'll show you how to adjust that for sure. But this was way up like that before, which means the choke wasn't even wanting to work. It's all right. I like stuff like that. We can fix it. So when the engine's cold, which it is right now, you pull your throttle back, and then I don't know if you can see. Let me see. Let me see if you can see what I can see. Try to do this with extra hands, right? As I rotate the spring, this is your choke, and these little steps are the cam. See, that's what holds your idle open, right? To give you higher idle. So basically, when the thing is cold, you want to bring this mark here to right around those 2 marks there, sometimes in between, betwixt and between. That's full choke closed. That is. We probably want that. I'm going to put it right in between. See, so now we've got a high idle. We're on the 1, 2, 3, the 4th step. Step 4. We could go more if we want to, but we're not super cold. So I'm going to put it to where it's like right about there. The mark on the spring housing is right in between the 2 marks on the carburetor housing, choke housing. Tighten these 3 screws down, and let's fire it up and see how we do. Straight pipe, no muffler. Look how tiny this side is. This ought to add at least 200 horsepower, these tips. At least 200 horse. I can't even fit my thumb in this. Right? And this one, ooh, buddy. I'm surprised I was able to get these tips off without damaging, I was very careful, without damaging the muffler itself. So let's slip these bad boys on. I'm going to reuse the composition washers as well as the crush sleeves. All the clamps, just going to reuse the old stuff. Oh yeah, hot rod, 200 horse all day long. Ooh. Because I'm screwed up, and you guys know, if you watch me for a minute, 5 3/4, 5 3/4, right? Fire up, see what we get. I like it. I've always liked that. I've always liked that little straight pipe. Stock muffler. Honestly, my favorite are the dual quiet packs, but they hang so low. Those 2 mufflers hang so low. They're just not practical for me in my driveway. So this allows me to maintain the factory muffler, which I'm totally okay with, but just adds a little more bass to it. Let it warm up a little bit. I get spoiled. I get real spoiled with the fuel injection. I like it though. That oil leak under there was before I changed the copper washer on the drain plug and the valve cover gaskets. This thing was a little drippy. I like it. Alright. Daily driver, 52-year-old daily driver. Ready to go. Thanks for watching. Gotta go, gotta run. See ya.